off to lunch. This is the lunchtime gig. Lunchtime gig. Dynamic. There it is. Oh, it's nice to be on the tarmac. It feels good. There's Nick. Nick the Dirty. Filthy ass. This guy's real filthy as. All gone a bit dirty from the dirt. Sexy zone. Better get down the sexy, because it's a sexy zone. Bring it down a step. There you go. And that's the other thing about a fat ass seat as opposed to a skinny seat. When you want to chill and just chill, maybe stretch your arms out or hands or whatever, or take a rest on the highway, strumming it along. You can control the navigation of the bike better with the fat ass seat, with your butt cheeks. You can tilt it left, tilt it right, that sort of stuff. Good direction control of the bike is what I'm talking about. Good direction control. That's a good thing too. So, yeah, not a fan of the rally seat. I don't see myself using it ever again. When I think back to some of the moments that I felt uncomfortable with the rally seat, it makes sense. It's sort of like a wedgie thing. If you're doing jumps. But even then, I don't know, I like this fat ass wide seat, even if I was doing jumps. Yeah, even that. Probably still use it. To see the lunchtime food that we like. Was that mud on there? Yeah, it was mud on there. It was mud on there. Bloody muddy. It was bloody muddy. Did you see me go up the hill a bit? I filmed it before. Climbing the hill a bit. I love climbing the hill of this thing. And that's probably one thing I got from BMW. I got a lot of things from BMW training. But one thing I got that I'm kind of really happy about is that I can tackle any hill, just any hill. I can do it. I know what to do, and whether it's muddy or not, I know what to do with it. I know how to handle it. I know how to get it up. I know how to get the bike up the hill and keep traction with the use of the back brake if need be, and throttle and all that, clutch, everything together. I know what to do if I start my way up the hill and I get stuck and I'm pointing uphill. I know what to do, how to get out of it, all that sort of stuff. With this big bike, that's important, I think. Having the confidence to do that with this big bike is a major. You got to be comfortable with that, because you could get this bike in situations where there's no backing out. You got to go through, and if you ain't comfortable with hills and things, well, wasting your time. So quite proud of that. I can manage a hill with this. I actually like doing hills with this, because it's got the power. It's easily it's got the power to do the hill. The other thing it's got is weight, and you can use the weight to your advantage. So if you're going uphill and it's losing traction in that, well, just by slowing down as you go uphill, the weight of the bike will go to the back tyre. And if you can coordinate the drop in speed where the weight drops to the back tyre with then some throttle or back brake control to get traction on your tyre, there you go. So from a flying moment where you skid out, you can quickly come back to a I've got it back in control moment. How's that for philosophy? It's pretty cool. The other thing I like, which I hadn't really liked before, but I'm coming to like now, and I realise that it's pretty cool, is this tank bag. I can rest on it when I'm cruising. If I'm standing, I can lean on it. It can support me, and it gives me a good feel for where the bike is. But I definitely like the resting on it. It's like sitting at the table and resting your back, which is good for long trips. Well, I think I can even support my helmet. There you go. So I can even support my helmet. So great for long trips, Yeah, I can. It's just the way I lay my hands out. I'll just wait till the turn's finished. I think the battery's going to go soon. So if I lay my hands on top of each other like that, I'll wait till after the turn. Yeah, if I lay my hands on top of each other like that, I can rest my chin and my arm. That's pretty cool. Left lane tends to end. Coming into fadey zone. Oh, this bike is so relaxing, I tell you. I'm bragging about the bike because it's bloody awesome. Because I'm just looking at what we've just done. We've done this muddy stuff, really tricky, into the hills and the dirt road, and now we're cruising on the road. So I was just looking at what we've done, and we've done quite a bit of stuff. And then you get on the open road and you can chillax, as you saw. It just makes you fall in love with it. So if you're looking at a bike, really, you can look at other brands and that, and you might get convinced by some spec. Oh, this spec's better, that spec's better. But I'm telling you, you're going to get tricked. Stick to the Beemer, and especially just go for the top of the range Beemer. Just don't dilly-dally about it. Go for the top of the GSA with everything. There's a reason why it's top of the range and they put all that stuff in, because it's the ideal scenario. Anything less than the top of the range Beemer is not the ideal scenario. It's a breakdown of the ideal scenario. Unless it is you wanted a sand bike, and then you probably go for the 800. That's a good sand bike. Then okay, in that case, sure, go for that. But you're not going to find it as great on the highway like this. I feel like a king on this thing. I feel like a king on this. Like in a king's chair, you know? Just bloody brilliant. Look at that countryside, eh? Wow. Where am I? Yark Road. Yark. Y-A-R... Wombi. Sorry, Wombi. Sorry, we got you, Wombi. Y-A-R-C-K. Oh no, it's fucking stretch my fucking back. Did I swear again? Geez, gotta break the habit. I think this one is dirt road again. So I'm gonna go back to enduro mode. And camera's still, I'm gonna let the camera go because I think it's gonna go out on the power thing. I think the power will go before I get 15 minutes. 15 minutes is the threshold. I can comfortably sit on this. There's one thing I haven't forgotten about this bike is when you go from, well, one thing I haven't forgotten about the RT. On the RT, when you go from road to dirt, it's a freak out scenario. It's a I know I'm on something that my bike's not really made for, and I know I've got to play it careful, right? And you don't want to be dropping RTs on the dirt because it'll cost you quite a lot in paintwork. Now the thing with this bike is that every time you take it from the tarmac onto a road like this, it's like coming home. It's like, oh, the feeling is like, hey man, the bike's made for this, and it just sucks it up. It sucks it up completely. So even the corners, and now that I'm getting the cornering down with where my weight is, and being comfortable with standing up, that sort of stuff, and being comfortable with feeling the back tyre move a bit, just through sheer practice, right? Now that I can do that, it's just feeling more like home all the time. This gravel stuff, this bike, definitely. Just need to be in the right gear. I think third gear is good for this. So, you know, foot on the outside, tilts. Oh, maybe fourth gear. Yeah, fourth gear. Foot on the outside. Is the outside? Yeah, outside. Foot on the outside and run the corner. Foot on the outside. Oh, here's a bit of a runoff. You don't want to go too fast on that. Fuck that.